Alright guys, let me know if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. I'm trying it portrait again and seeing how this works because I think a lot of people just watch it on their phone. What's up Sammy, Mr. Nichols if you're in here, T-Dub, thanks for the early comments. What's going on? If you guys haven't seen this before, which we've talked about, it's in my Discord, Minecraft. I know a lot of people want me to get back into some Fortnite content. And we'll see, we might be doing some of that, but a lot of people have been asking about the Minecraft. So, I ordered an entire case of the Megas from Dave and Adams. They are around retail right now, so you can get a whole case for retail price. And I was like, man, that would be fun, just rip a whole case. So, I ordered it, it came, I ripped half with my kids. As soon as the box came, the kids were like, can we rip it? I was like, yeah, of course. So we ripped half of them with the kids. So I have all the pools here. I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to see so I ripped half. So I ripped 10 boxes already. Do you guys want to see those pools at the end or at the beginning before we go on to all the packs? Y'all let me know. While you guys are commenting that, you're supposed to get one hit per box, or at least one numbered card per box. I've seen some comments where people say you get more than that. So I really want to try to record everything you get from a case so that everybody kind of has a good idea of what it's like to do this. Alright, I want to see in the beginning. Alright, so I'll start with the first 10 boxes. Yo, Black Ash, what's going on? Mile High, Matthew Fair, what's up guys? Alright, so the first 10 boxes, we got 2 out of 49s. One is a Husk out of 49. And out of 49s are Optichrome, okay? So we got 2 of these. And then this is the other one. This is one of the crafting cards. It's not a great one because you can barely tell what's going on. And so it is the Glowstone crafting card. And then I got 3 out of 99s. So I'm going from like the lowest numbers. I didn't get any out of 10s or out of 1s yet. So these are the 3. We got 2 of the achievement cards and then 1 more Crafting Chronicles card. Then we got 2 out of 149s Optichrome. Okay, so this is one of my favorite crafting cards. Is the Railroad. It's one of the sets I'm trying to complete is the Railroad. And then this is my favorite hit so far, which is out of 149 Zombie. The out of 149, you can think of it like a silver prism. Okay. And then the other hits we got were hollows. So we got this the Tour of Minecraft, which is a biome card. And then we got one of the mobs. These are out of 475, by the way. These are just hollow. The way they did it's really simple. It goes hollow, so silver hollows, and then it goes silver Optichrome, and then it goes gold hollow, then gold Optichrome, then it goes out of 10 diamond Optichrome, out of 10 diamond hollow, and the same for 1 of 1s. One of the interesting things, this was the last hit. My kid hit this, so we did already hit a Color Blast. Okay, so we've got 10 more boxes. Apparently, Milestones and Color Blast are case hits. That's what everyone on eBay says. They say they're case hits. If you guys want to see the full checklist at minecraftcards.com, you can see the whole checklist, see all the Color Blasts and numbered cards. So, interesting enough, when you go on eBay, you'll see like these almost shard patterns. Let me see if you want to see those. Let me see. You see those shard patterns? The little cube patterns. Out of 10 boxes, I pulled all of these. And you'll see that I feel like these go for like a good like $5 or so sometimes 2 or 3. But I see a lot of people buying these because they're one of the things that's labeled on here, cubic parallels. You get a lot of them, okay, per box. You get a lot of them. Then you get these base cards with the stone bordered. The regular ones have a white border. So like this would be a regular base card. This is the stone border. So out of 10 boxes, I got all of these, which is actually less I believe, then you can kind of see. The cubic parallel you got a bunch of. So if you're buying these on eBay, it's a little bit different than Fortnite. The shard types, there's a lot of. And then even more rare than those two are regular Optichromes. So these are Optichromes without the rainbow finish, the silver finish. They're actually really, really clean, really nice. They're just like plain Optichrome. These are actually kind of hard to pull. I mean, my kids kept some of them. I want to say we'll check. We'll keep track of the next 10 boxes. But I think I only pulled like 4 or 5, and I kept 2. My kids took the other ones. So these, I think, if you see these on eBay, I have a suspicion that people are buying these, but these are more rare. So that's just my suspicion so far. So here's my. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys what I think about Minecraft. So when we were doing Fortnite cards, I've always like, man, Fortnite cards is perfect for trading cards, right? It's just like rookie class. You know, these skins come out and you get the cards, you can collect them, you play with them, they're your favorite player. I didn't think Minecraft would be as good for cards as Fortnite. I never did. I think I even said that one time. Then this set came out and they did such a phenomenal job. It's so much fun to rip with my kids. They prefer ripping this than Fortnite by far. It's just more fun. You can pull any numbered card from a pot. We pulled our first blaster box. We pulled an out of 49 Ender Dragon. So the way they set this up was a lot more fun. I mean, I still, you know, I'm a diehard Fortnite. I think Fortnite's IP is great, and I would love another set. And I would rather collect Fortnite if I could just keep collecting Fortnite. But Minecraft, if you love Minecraft, this is a great set. Even if you like Minecraft, this is a great set. It's fun. Lots of different ways to collect. So for instance, like the crafting cards, at first glance, they don't look like anything special. But if you look up here, I think I said this before, it's a 9-grid system. So to make this item in the bottom left, you fill the entire grid. So every card is like that. So it's really fun to collect it that way too. So lots of creative nuances they put into it. They just did a better job with the set, like how they built it. Yeah, none of those like for like Fortnite when you saw all those screenshots, those were kind of trash. Yeah, they just did such a great job. Now, can they continue? They've done a lot of Italy sets, and nothing really sparked my interest too much there. But then when this US set came out, I gave it a try and I really liked it. I hope they do another set. I have no idea if they will, but my guess is with them losing all the other contracts that they probably will start releasing more. So I'm going to be on the lookout for a new set next year, see what they can do differently. I know Minecraft still does releases, not like Fortnite, but they still do releases and updates. If you look at the milestone cards, you'll see that. I will say so far, out of the 10 boxes, you know, we only hit 2 out of 49s. Those were our best cards. Retail is $30 a box, right? So if you have to hit, let's say, 5 boxes to get 1 out of 49, that's $250 to hit 1 out of 49. So I would say the eBay market is way undervalued compared to ripping. So there's a lot of value with buying singles if you're into it. Now, I will say I'm not trying to pump this. Like, I have fun ripping this. I know a lot of people in Fortnite are kind of upset with where the market is. So only if you want to rip and have fun, if you like Minecraft, buy it. I think there's some really, really rare cards in here. They're really nice. I like to collect them. But again, this is not like me shilling for you guys to make a huge investment, okay? So with that, oh yeah, the card quality. All right, so the card quality, ballin'. I'm gonna give you guys an example. So the cards really like Optichrome's really, really nice. All right, I really like the Optichromes. It's just like Panini, okay? So if you look at this one, unlike Fortnite, you couldn't really tell the centering very well, but on these you can. If you look on the left and right border, look how off this one is. This is one of my out of 49s. So this centering is horrible, and then you get a lot of scratches, a lot of dings. You don't see as much dings as you did with Fortnite, but you see some, but you get like a lot of scratches. So it's definitely gonna be rough to grade these. So like even at the color blast, you can look at the edgings. So the centering's not great. So grading's gonna be tough, honestly, to get 10s. So we will see how that goes. Yeah, pump it up. All right, so I left one. I took them all out of the box. I left one sealed, so you'll see what it's like. I'm gonna go ahead and start ripping it. And also, we'll get to it, but one of these boxes only had. So each box was to have 12 packs. Unless I counted wrong, one of these boxes only had 11. So I might save that one for last. I have to recount it, make sure I wasn't wrong. I didn't want to waste y'all time by opening all the boxes, so I did that beforehand. So here's what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of dark, sorry. And let me know how this setup works. This is my first time doing this setup here for ripping cards. And I'm not going to be like one of the guys who goes really, really slow on all of them. All right, so when you rip the pack, if you do it with kids, this is what I do with my kid, with my youngest, my 2-year-old, or 3-year-old, she still wants to be involved. When you open up, just open up you can see on the front what the hit is. The front is always on the hit. So like this is considered a hit, the gray border. So I'll put that there. It's always on the front. Now, sometimes you have to be careful because sometimes they do 2 hits per pack. Okay? And they're super easy to open. So don't have to worry about that. And look, so you get another one of these cubic ones. That's considered the hit. So out of 12 packs, one of these, hopefully more, but one will be a numbered card. And what I'm looking for, personally, are diamond cards. They're my favorite. And if you haven't seen the diamonds, I'll show them to you guys. So we got another gray border card. As you can see, we still have not hit a plain Optichrome. We've hit a cubic and a gray border as the hits. Yeah, the out of 10 are really, really cool. All right, cool. We got an Optichrome now. So you can kind of see how it's like shiny and the colors look really great. Like in person, it looks really nice. It just doesn't have the rainbow flare, but like the colors really pop from these. All right, so we have one so far for the, and maybe I should keep these separate. I'll keep these ones separate too, so we can keep track. And if you haven't been to the site yet, MinecraftCards.com, I just built a tracker for the out of 1s and out of 10s, because people in the Discord, ooh, we got our first pull. So now you can kind of see, let me compare these two. One has the rainbow effect, one does not. You see it's just white light. So this is going to be the Optichrome, like a silver prism from sports. So it's going to be out of 149. You can see it at the bottom. Okay, so we got our first hit. Let me just leave it here. So first box, that's a pretty good pull right there. Pretty good pull. I'm not a huge fan of the 475s. I'm a really big fan of the Optichromes. In fact, they've made me want to like buy Fortnite Optichromes even more. If you guys want, I'll show you some of my out of 10s. Just let me know if you guys want to see those at the end. And we probably won't get another hit out of this box, so I'll try to rip these last 4 packs pretty fast. See another one of these. Yeah, take a look at eBay and see. I think these Optichromes, the non-numbered ones, are kind of going under the radar a little bit, being mispriced maybe. Where did you end up sending them, Ballin? Ooh my gosh, guys, we hit another one. We had a good box, so we got 2 out of this box. Good sign. This is out of 149 as well. So interesting enough, where did he go? Which one did we pull? The Husk. So I'm trying to keep track of some of this stuff. So with the mob characters, it says Prism with the silver box. The Crafting Chronicles will say Prism at the top right there. It's kind of hard to see, but they don't have the gray box. I don't know if that's for all of them. I'll have to check. Sweet. One box, 2 out of 149s. Take it. Oh, see, this was a God box right here, pretty much. So this is a third card, a third number card, and you can see this is a hollow, but it's not Optichrome. Okay, and this is gonna be out of 475. So that was actually a really, really good box. I mean, we didn't necessarily pull like anything crazy, mob-wide or card-wise, but having 3 is pretty good. I'll go through all the hits pop at the end so that you guys won't forget anything. We just opened the first box of 10 that will be open. I opened the first 10 with my kids, so another one of these. We're on to the second box now. 3 hits out of the first box. Still looking for an out of 10. A 1 of 1 would be nice too, but I'm not holding my breath. We already pulled this SD pop. I pulled that with my kids already. It's supposed to be a case hit, so we probably won't see another one. These are all mega boxes. So they're supposed to retail for $30. And so we ripped 20 of them. And keep ripping here. My kids had a blast too. They all filled the binders. It was pretty cool to see. Alright, we got our first hollow from the second box. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I see so many color blasts. I've pulled 3 or 4 from blasters. So that's why I thought it'd be cool to, you know, rip to see what the pull rates are like. So far we've gotten 1 out of these megas. And when they say case hit online, it's like, well, do you mean like a blaster case? Do you mean a mega case? That's another cubic. So we shall see. Oh, you think I should still see a milestone? You don't think it's like one or the other? So in my opinion, well, we'll see. I've already ripped 10 boxes. Ooh, there we go. Milestone. The milestones definitely have the best artwork, and again, the Optichrome. The Optichrome from this set is just really, really nice. I'm a big fan of the Optichrome. Yep, you're right. So we pulled milestone, and then we got a cubic. Let me put that there. And this is one of my favorite ones too. Let me look at the condition. Ooh. Man, I don't know if you guys can see this edging here. Top right, you might not be able to see it. No, you probably can't see it. It's got some whitening scrapes on the top right and the edges. We shall see. Really cool card though. I really, really, really like the updates. See, like this is something that Fortnite could have done. You know, they have all those different names for the seasons. So doing some kind of cool artwork like this would be really cool. Unfortunately, I think I already have like 1 or 2. Ooh, we had another. This box is doing good. So we got the Hoglin out of 49. Like, look at that gold Optichrome. So I know there's out of 10s, and I know there's 1 of 1s. But the gold out of 49s are some of my favorites. All right, we're doing pretty good so far. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, in terms of artwork, yeah, I agree. The milestone artwork is just amazing. All right, you can like see how shiny this is. And this is not going to be numbered. This is just a regular Optichrome. So you can already see it's like 5-1 for those parallels for these regular Optichromes. So pardon me, I guess I should be sleeving these too. They're not numbered. Not as rare as numbered cards, but still pretty cool. I think it's worth more than what they're probably going for on eBay. Another cubic. Let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow. I'll try to change pace. If you guys want to see all the base cards, let me know. But with all these boxes, we'll be getting through some. Like you can kind of see what these look like. What you could get. I don't want to bore you guys too much. A lot of boxes. Now, what is interesting about Minecraft, no, they don't have like the same like, well, I would say like the sports effect where like so many skins are coming out every month, right? It's kind of like a new class for like sports and everything. But what they do have ahead of Fortnite is their first movie that was a hit. And the way they pulled it off, I could see them going into shows. They've already worked on like, they pretty much created their universe. So like sky's the limit for them. They still do updates. Kids still play Minecraft. I mean, I'm huge on Fortnite, and I played some Minecraft with my kids. So I'm not the poster boy for Minecraft, but I know there's people out there that love it. And if you look at how many people went to the movies, I feel like when you look at like all the social posts and like how it went viral, most of those were like teenagers and college kids. Right? That's what it seemed like to me. We got another stone border. So I would assume that you wouldn't see collectors for those for like another 5-7 years, right? I think the average collector is going to be like 25 to 35. So, and I could be wrong. That was just like kind of what I noticed when I went to the movies with my kids. You think it has more active users than Fortnite? I think I've looked it up before. I think I've looked it up several days in a row. And I don't know if that's true. At least not concurrent. Maybe not. Maybe they have more active users, but not concurrent users. Alright, we got a out of 149. But y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. And then we got a cubic. I just know, like, for Fortnite, once you play Fortnite, at least for me, it's, like, one of the only games you play. And just, like, the community aspect of it. I do know that Minecraft kids get into that much earlier. So, I would kind of see that. We got Stone Border Alex. Sweet. Like, all my kids play Minecraft. And you still got adults that play Minecraft. So, I could probably see that. Yeah, I originally only really played Minecraft with my kids, but when the movie came out, I dove back into it and created like a private server. Because I knew how to play, but I went and I battled the Ender Dragon with my kids a long time ago. But I was like, when the movie came out and the cards came out, I was like, all right, let me get back into it and learn a little bit more. All right, so we got another Optichrome that's not numbered. This one's kind of dark. But what's really cool about the Optichrome is there's all these like little details in the pictures and the characters, and the Optichrome really picks that out. With how good the Minecraft movie did, I'm sure they're working on the second one. So there's some, I'd say, characters that I think could benefit from that. So like Alex. My kids, I mean, they say like Steve and Alex are the most popular skins in the game. And Alex is like I think I sold my Color Blast I had of her, so I need to get another one probably. But her Color Blast goes for like under $60, which is the cost of 2 megas. And if it takes a case to pull one Color Blast, I'd rather just buy it in Alex, you know. All right, we pulled another holo for the railroad. So it is my goal to complete the Crafting Chronicles. I think it's a pretty cool aspect of the set. So like trying to build the railroads. I know whenever I play Minecraft, I love setting up the railroads to go all the way into the dungeon to go and mine and all the way back through my house. So I'm always building with the railroads. So I definitely want to complete that in the rarest form I can. For a while, these cards did jump up in price. So hobbies, I believe, were, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were 80 when it came out. And they went all the way up to like 150-ish. Now they're coming back down. Now they're around 100, I think. Megas went as high as like 60. Now they're back down to retail price. And then blasters did the same. They pretty much doubled, and then they went back. Now they're back down to like retail, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's still a really early set because it came out this year. So it just kind of means that the flippers gave up on it already, I think. Which is awesome because I wanted to rip some more. And since some of this stuff you have to like collect multiple pieces, it makes it really, really hard if everyone's chasing it. Especially the out of 10s, man. The out of 10s are going to be tough. I would love to pull one, a diamond. That'd be great if we could pull one out of this case. So far, we've pulled every parallel type except for a diamond and a netherite. Netherites are the one of ones. Which, personally, visually, and some people might disagree with me and they might hate me for this, I like the diamonds and the out of 49s more than the one of ones. Of course, the one of ones are more rare, but they just don't visually look that different. And versus like the gold and the blue just look really, really, really nice. We got another holo for the golden apple. And so like if you don't know, like on the back of the cards, you'll see this. And so when you see the listings, people say, oh, I got another gold ingot, but really it's a different card. And some people aren't paying attention to that. I think it's super important. You can see like, it's hard to see on the holos, but you can see the square up there. Yeah, the blue really, really pops. So does the gold, but man, the blue is great. And I do have some, like I can show you guys some other cards real quick. We'll do a pit stop. So I don't, let me see where it's at. I'm going to show you guys a Pandora card. So the megas do not have the Pandoras. But you can see, it's basically a silver prism, but it has like these cubes inside of it. So it's really hard to see when you take like a straight picture, but when you look at it from the side, you see all the cool little cubes. So it's pretty cool. And this is the only thing that's different. So you can get all the numbered cards from any box, except for Pandora's. You have to get these from a hobby, and they're numbered to 15. My best pull. So our very first blaster, my daughter pulled an out of 49 chicken jockey. To this day, that's probably our best pull. I did pull an out of 10, maybe 1 or 2. Most of them I bought, but I did pull an out of 10. But I think the chicken jockey out of 49 is probably and that was our first blaster, so I think that was our best one. Yeah, some cards go really, really cheap. So the out of 99s, like, I don't think people understand how rare it is to pull this. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. Those out of 99s are really hard to, even out of 149. It's definitely not easy. Alright, so we got another Optichrome. Like, sometimes it almost tricks me. But that's not numbered. Alright, we still got 3 packs and then 6 boxes left to hit something big. Something big would be, for me, would be a Creeper, an Ender Dragon, Enderman. I really like the Zombie, Skeleton. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we could hit. Yo, what's up, Fortnite Phantom? Yeah, I've ripped... I want to say I've ripped 3 hobbies. Hobbies are really hard to find. Originally, I got all my packs from GameStop, so all we could find were the blasters. And I would say, like, if you can't find any product, blasters are great. We pulled great stuff from blasters. I don't think it really matters what you rip. Depends on the budget and, like, how much they're overpriced. So the reason I went for Megas is because they were just under retail if you buy a case, and you get guaranteed numbered card. So it just seemed really, really great. Yeah, I agree. That's what I like about it too. If Fortnite did that, it'd be like if you could pull a shard from a pack, I feel like the hobby would still be ripping right now because like fat packs, blasters, like blasters suck to open for Fortnite. So I think that Panini learned from Fortnite when they built this set. I really do. Too bad they won't be able to use this if they don't have the license anymore, but... Another holo. The same dang card. It's one of my least favorites when he's just looking in the lava. So, another cool, interesting... Well, I think it's kind of cool. If you look at these... let me get in the picture. So the Optichrome, you can see the square is a little bit darker. The very last square, you'll always see the final product, okay? So this card, you don't see the apple. He's getting a piece of gold to build the apple. But in the very last one, you'll see the apple. And I'll show you guys an example of that later. All right, here we go. When I was looking at the Pandora, you can see she's on the cart because it's the last one. The cart is made, right? The railroad's finished. The other interesting thing is that for all 9 of these cards, it'll be Alex. And so whoever's in them, they finish building the whole thing. So there's one with Steve. Steve builds the whole item. I don't remember exactly which one does which, but I think Alex is in there a couple times. Steve might have 2. But that's also a neat one. So if you have a favorite skin, you might want to complete the crafting piece that they're building. So there's lots of ways you can collect this. Like, this one's just so clean. This is just a regular Optichrome, not numbered. I think we're up to about 4 or 5 now, maybe. Yeah, I've seen some of those really big ones. See, if we're this early, I'm not trying to spend crazy amounts of money. So, like, I'd rather be getting in on the stuff that's underpriced than, like, trying to go crazy on, like, 30K. But that's always been my approach to it. And plus, there's... Alright, so here, that's another good thing is... Right now, boxers are at retail price. So you can still rip affordably. And if you guys go to MinecraftCards.com and go to Tools... I did build a tracker. So, like, if you guys want to know if a 1 of 1 has already been pulled, you can see it on the tracker. Now, this has to be built by the community. I just launched it day before yesterday. And I've put in info, but anybody can enter in. So, if you guys have some 1 of 1s out of 10s, please go to MinecraftCards.com, go to Tools, and enter in what you've pulled so far. It doesn't like say who did it or what. It's just say, alright, this 1 of 1 is pulled, you don't need to chase it. But I have not seen a 1 of 1 Ender Dragon yet. And so I think it would be a cool thing. Someone mentioned it in the Discord. It wasn't my idea. But I thought that was a really cool idea to like keep track. Because once all the really big 1 of 1s get pulled, you know, prices might even drop even further on these. Yeah, we pulled some case hits. I'll show you real quick. We pulled the milestone. And my daughter pulled this right before the stream because we ripped half. So we've gotten those 2 so far. At the end, I'll go through all the hits again. Try to be really thorough because I know it's so hard to like understand like what you can find in a set and what your odds are. Another border. We've got 3, 4, 5 boxes left. Yeah, with some of the milestones, if it really is a case per milestone, like it's starting to be, then they are really, really underpriced, in my opinion. I mean, most of them you can get for like $30. Some less if you like look for an auction. At least when I say underpriced, I'll say underpriced for what it costs to pull. Because then, like, that's not taking into account like how much demand there is and if people are collecting it or not. I couldn't tell you that, but it's definitely underpriced based on what it costs to pull it. But if you guys do have some out of 10s, you can already see we're halfway through a case, no out of 10s. So if you get some, you might want to wait for the right buyer, maybe. Unless you really need a sale. Like, I list my cards when I really need money, but otherwise, I would try to hold firm. That's why I don't try to get mad at some of those people who have those crazy prices, because a Steve 1 of 1 is like, there's only 1 of it, and there might be a super fan of Minecraft, you know, so I kind of get it. I know I have an out of 10 Ender Dragon, and I don't want to sell that for cheap. I want to get it graded. I'd rather keep it as a grail if I can long term. I'm gonna have so many packs to clean up, jeez. But at least this is more fun than ripping like just the box off just to get the crystal shard. Like this one, like you have to finish it out. We got a Vex Hollow out of 475. Alright. And then I still have that pack, that box I think only came with 11 packs. I'll have to get to that one. I think I might do that one. I have to recount it though. I could have just counted wrong. Last pack of this box. Just another cubic. All right, four more to go. Oh, sweet, we got a skeleton. I have a love-and-hate relationship with the skeleton. I don't know if there's a mob that kills me more than him. Out of 475. Some people want more Minecraft content. If you guys have any ideas on what you would like for Minecraft, let me know. I'll try to do some videos on it. I am doing a YouTube series with my $200 collection. So starting with $200 and building up the collection as I go. some of those cards I'm buying that are Minecraft just because the prices seem so cheap compared to what it costs to pull it. Another Optichrome, not numbered. If BK is the chase in Fortnite, what is the chase here? 1-of-1s. Well, yeah, definitely definitely 1-of-1s are going to be the most expensive ones. But if you're talking about specific skins, right? Everyone's chasing it right now. Chicken Jockey is leading. I have a suspicion that Ender Dragon should be like the main chase and might overtake him one day, but that could never happen. Ender Dragon's basically the main boss. Like once you beat it, game's over, you won. So the Ender Dragon, he's also the only one that got its, he's the only monster, creature that got a color blast. So it kind of like leads you to believe that he's the hit. But Chicken Jockey's super popular because of the movie and because of the game. Man, if they give me 11 packs as it's a 1-of-1, I'll take it. Yeah, I agree that Ender Dragon should be, and that's kind of how I feel. I snap bought my Ender Dragon as soon as I saw it. Oh, speaking of Ender Dragon. And I'll show you guys my Ender Dragon real quick. There's a couple other ones that I think are sneaky ones to chase, but let me take it out of this sleeve so you don't see it. So this is my blue Optichrome Ender Dragon. Plus, like, Ender Dragon just gives you those, like, Charizard vibes, right? I almost had someone was about to buy this. It has one very small defect on it. And they decided not to buy it because of it, and I'm pretty happy they didn't. So I can't wait to get it graded. Cards look so much better when they're in the slab. So definitely my best Minecraft card, at least in my opinion. And now it doesn't take away. So like there's also like. People could make a argument for Creeper. Like here, you got Alex, you got Steve, and you have Creeper. And if you look at the Minecraft logo, you have Creeper in the logo. And my daughter, who loves Minecraft, like her whole room's Minecraft, she has stuffed animals of Creeper. Creeper's her favorite. So I think Creeper is a really great one too. Whether it's like the main chase, or is it like the Peely of it? It's hard to say right now. But we have not seen... We did see like we saw both Chicken Jockey 1-of-1s. We have not seen an Ender Dragon 1-of-1. And someone has, at least. I haven't. So let me know if you've seen one, because I've been looking. Not to buy. I couldn't afford it, but I've been interested to see it. I do have some 1-of-1s. I have two 1-of-1s. I have the Wolf 1-of-1 Hollow and the... I think the Glow... Either the Glow Squid or the Squid. I can't remember which one. 1-of-1 Optichrome. And I did not pull either of them. I had to buy them. Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I guess Chicken Jockey can be kind of like Peely. It's just, I think that from what I understand, from people in my Discord who know more about the Chicken Jockey lore than I do, is that it's not just from the movie, it's rare and hard to find in-game as well. Like, I haven't seen one in the hours I've played. So, it's a little bit different than the lore of, like, Fortnite. Oh, interesting. I was never a big fan of slime. Is that confirmed 1500, or did they like select did they like do best offer? 1,500 is pretty high from what I've been seeing. I think most one of ones have been going for like 400 to 800 unless it's a really, really big one. Another cubic. We'll get into the last of it, guys. Get into the last of it. A hollow dolphin. I'll do another video once I send some in to get graded, because I have a lot of 49s and a lot of out of 10s I want to get graded. And you guys know I'll be grading those with tags, so they're going to look pretty nice. It's going to be a pretty cool reveal. Last pack of this box. Gray border skeleton. Alright, let's see here. Alright, 2 boxes left. Let me know how this is going. If you guys like the stream, please hit like. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. We've been at 920, 918 for... I mean, I know we stopped making videos almost a year. It's been 8 months. But we've been at that same number for a very long time. So if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so we can hit that 1,000. Frog. F or when this channel hits 1,000, I'll get a creator code for Fortnite. And I'm going to be back to making some kind of Fortnite content in some way, shape, or form. I was getting annoyed earlier. I was like, man, I should email the co-founder of Epic Games. I had emailed him before, and he put me in touch with their product lead. So I talked to the co-founder of Epic before, and he was really nice of him to, like, forward me to the right people to talk to. But I might have to do that again because everyone's gone silent. I was about to email him and be like, look, if you guys aren't gonna make the cards, can I make a set? Like, would you be mad? Can I just make a set? I usually don't like unlicensed stuff, so like I'm not gonna do that unless I got the green light. But that would be a fun project. Wolf, this is the one I have out of one of ones. If you haven't seen the movie, he played a really big role in the movie. So that's why I was pretty stoked to get his one of one. I also like him in game. Like, whenever I build a house, I always turn a wolf into a dog. There's Alex on the cart again. Alright, we're getting close to the end here. 2 more packs, and then we have 1 more box. And then I'll go over all the hits. Another border. And then another cubic. Alright, let's count these packs again. Hopefully I was right and there's only 11, and that means there's a 1 of 1. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the box that shorted me. Shorted me 1 whole pack. Oh man, do we have a 1 of 1 in here? Is that why? Can we confirm that's why they shorted me? Can that be the lore that, like, if you get shorted, you got a really good box? I'm over here hoping. We'll see. Alright. First pack. Hollow. Right. Hopefully that's not the hit in this pack. Hopefully we got more. Lucky number 11. Let's go. If you guys are just now tuning in, this is the last box of a case of megas. Of 149. Nice. You can see the Optichrome hit like the spider webs, which is pretty cool. Oh, sweet. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's 001 out of 149. I'm going to be one of those guys on eBay. It's like, I got number 1 added to the title. But that is pretty cool. So far, we've gotten 2 hits from this box, guys, of 11 packs. No 1 of 1. And an Optichrome. Watch it be the very last pack. Come on, come on. At least give me an out of 10. Ooh, another hollow. So this box has had 3 hits so far, right? You got into unlicensed Fortnite sets through Kebab. Interesting. Like, when you say they're better, like the design's better, what's better? Which ones are you talking about? The unlicensed Fortnite stuff I've seen look pretty awful. Alright, 2 packs left. Ooh, another one. We were right. We got shorted, but now we have another hit. Again, out of 149. Those out of 49s and out of 99s are tough to hit. Alright, last pack, guys. Doesn't feel very heavy. Last pack. Come on. 1 of 1. Should I slow roll this one, unlike the rest? So we have a Piglin, Arctic Fox, Stone, we have Glass, and it's Biome. Nope. Tough luck. No 1 of 1s, no out of 10s. That's tough luck. Alright, we'll go through. Let me pull these up real quick. So many cards. Alright. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 regular Optichromes. Not numbered. Out of 10 boxes. That's out of 10 boxes. Let's wait. Were some of these ones I had already pulled? Yeah, so like 8 out of 10 boxes. So roughly 1 a box for Optichrome. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think I put a couple in the wrong stack too. So I want to say about 30 gray border stones from 10 boxes. And then you got a crap ton of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'd say, I don't feel like counting them all, about 50-ish, maybe 60-ish of the cubics from 10 boxes. about $6 a box almost. Okay. These are definitely the most rare cards that aren't numbered, the Optichrome. Besides the Color Blast and the the case hits. All right, let's see what we got for the hits. Let me organize them for you guys real quick. Hollow, hollow, hollow. Optichrome. Hollow. And you guys can let me know what y'all think the best hit is. Probably, I want to say out of 49. Which one is this one? Let me get my ones from earlier. Hollow, hollow. Now, if you wanted just to get a whole bunch of cards, this might be the way to go. Let's go there and hollow. All right, so I'm gonna start with. We'll start with out of 475s. This entire case of 20 boxes was about $585 with free shipping from Dave and Adams. Right now. All right, so I'll go through some of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a really cool one. I like him. I'll put him on the side. 10. A dolphin. 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 475 hollows. 14 of those. Out of 149 is the silver Optichrome. So we got 1. I really like him. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a really cool one. 6. Oh, that's a hollow, sorry. So that's 15 hollows. And then 7 out of 149 Optichrome. Then we're going to go to out of 99. We got 3 out of 99s from a case. None of them were good. It would have been really nice to hit a really big skin or mob, but... Then out of 49, we got Hoglin. This damn card. Glowstone. And then we got a Husk. So nothing crazy. Hoglin's probably the best one, maybe, instead of a Husk. Most interesting one from those. So 3 of those. And then we got 1 Color Blast and 1 Milestone. Visually speaking, this is the best card out of the box. So if you want to out of 49, you get 3 per case just about. Now, of course, this is just one case, so you can't like take it at like face value, but no out of 10s, unfortunately. And for $600, I could have bought an out of 10. So I'll show you guys some of my cards again. We got an Inner Dragon. We got a Strider, a Frog, a Zuri, Mushroom, Iron Golem, Wolf, Axolotl, Turtle, and most of these Optichrome, this one's a hollow out of 10. This is the Blaze. Show you what I have left for my... I sold a lot of these guys, so I'm gonna have to get some more back. But I got my chickens. This is a wolf. Oh, some of these are one piece, sorry. Let me get my other stack. Pandora. Oh, here's my 1 of 1. If you want, I'll pull this out to show you guys. So the 1s of 1s is like a darker color than the silvers. So it's supposed to be netherite, which like you can see it says 1 of 1 at the bottom. But in my opinion, it's just not different enough than like the out of 149s. For instance, yeah, the zombie is a little bit more gray. And maybe it's just the 1 of 1 I have, but it's not that different. Granted, they're not the same exact cards, but if I was doing the 1 of 1s, I'd want them way more different than they are. but they're still rare, so can't really. One of the things that's kind of hard to argue. But because of that, like, I'm not like chasing one of ones crazily. I'm kind of chasing the out of 10s. Like, there's my wolf. Now he's a lot darker. Like, this border's more black, so that might be interesting. We got my squids, llamas, sheep. Endermans are really cool. Here's another wolf. Go B. Oh, there's my Alex. A milestone. I had some other cards in binders, but those are the ones I had ready to grade. So once I feel like it, I'm actually going to submit those. And I'll do a video of the unboxing of those. That'll be pretty fun. But that's about all I had for this stream. I appreciate you guys jumping on and watching me rip this. Hopefully it was fun. If you guys want to see more of this content, let me know. If you don't like it, that's fine too. So it was kind of boring. That's fine. Let me know in the comments. If you guys aren't in the Discord, go to either takinghighground.com, minecraft.com, minecraftcards.com, or fortnitecards.com. There's a link to Discord. You can join it. Everyone in there is pretty friendly. If you're scamming people, you'll be booted really, really quickly. I don't put up with any of that. More stuff to come. We'll see. Thanks, Mile High. Thanks for Fortnite.